Take a second, we reflecting with the light, but this the life, I fucking love it. Wouldn't trade it to be white, nah, that's alright. I got to write it, birth the devil's redefining work.
Someday you'll pay the price.
No, I don't break a fold, I need and bake the dough, then recreate the flow. They think they making though, what they forsake is so essential. Over lentils, get your issue. Guess who's on this instrumental with you?
3, 2, 1, game begin.
It's been a while, fuck a smile, 1969 UPK style. 10 months in the room, now I'm back in my human form. Pleading with the school, just a change, seeking room and board. Many boys chilling with the Legion of Doom. I was married to this bitch, had me even jump the broom. Now I cut a cartoon like a GT, Guerrero warfare, bloodshed, much terror, yeah. Better yet, I'll control the flying saucer, we ain't offering twice flesh on the Lord's altar, check the resurrection, lock you, lost in the sauce, sir, he ain't worth the energy, much less the cough, sir, prepare to slaughter, put his head on the charger, nigga, we build men and that ain't never gonna falter, job was the Baptist, but Barbacy, Malefactor, yeah, I was shot, the only nigga worthy of his access, while my neighbors mutilating, the laborers get a penny, but the outcome, before the 12 try to serve fit, now I'm in your city, cause general sent me. Consider it a gift, it's been a half a century. 400 years is still a penitentiary for Eric Gardner's life. Ain't he born for life? Coat, white t-shirt, blue jeans and Nikes. Nowadays you gotta wear skinny jeans to get rights. Not to mention all the pussy they popping to get likes. This is doomsday. Christ ain't interested in your cash. Soon as I get the order, I'm coming to kick your ass. Now you wanna run it back. Big mouth, Billy Bass, in the blast with that extra heat. I do it to it expertly. You can call it destiny when really he requested me. Kick against the bricks, you better turn down and turn up. The heavens all about to burn up. I'm talking about two in the field, but only one is gonna turn up. All you wanted was a rapture, the other one's getting fucked. I'm talking 6 ways from Sunday, the body's gonna erupt. In the midst of this corruption, part of interruption. Shit, I thought you were very surf cold. I'm no deduction. We out to try to function, they out on a luncheon. That's the reason we serve spontaneous combustion. Reverse engineering, what you're hearing is the blueprint. That's why you get caught up in bullshit. I rebuke it, chunking up the deuces when I produce solutions. Woman, thou art bound, now the strong man is loosened. Law out of gag, you were swinging the flag. But it's a chord, it's a hard burden for that ass. We got a classic connection. I borrows from the past and like an everlast punch it back, son. Just do the math. Your reporters on the other side, warriors got a class. Drilling the upper class, turning sinners from swindlers into triggers. When it comes to this fate, we the defenders, we the greatest to exist. Same time I ain't shit. Reverse psychology, I'm logically taking risks. I'm making hits, I'm a UPK hit man. Leaning like a kickstand in poverty, I'm rich man. Mobbing through the rich man, balling like a fist man. White knuckle gripping, I'm holding to rigor mortis. One Western, you notice there's no ulterior motives. Fully focused, fully goaded, with a lotus fire up. Get it cracking, let a host of locusts devour the POTUS. Not a head of state, is in the dead state fucking with Moses. The people that were chosen, our conversation ain't closing. We was hoping for a miracle, we laid the books open. Now we dosing, no emotion, they be boasting. So we told forward every threat they posing. IT, I'm writing coded. I'm Wolverine, they be loading, they be roasted. I'm reloaded. It's a foster paradise for me, but not my man Corbin. Hell is open, enlarging it like an ocean. Now it's overflowing, flooding with judgment, spitting hump bubbles, they republish. But we the real Jews, they the copyright infringements. We the real niggas, they the copyright infringements. We the real wetbacks, they copyright infringements. Real savages, they the copyright infringements. Real Seminoles, they copyright infringements. Real West Indians, they copyright infringements. For real Puerto Ricans, they the copyright infringements. Real Nicaraguans, they the copyright infringements. Tucson, Lovato, they the copyright infringements. Colombia, Sunnia, they the copyright infringements. True rulers out of Cuba, they the copyright infringements. We gon' boom ya, child of up the copyright infringements. We gon' boom ya, child of up the copyright infringements. We gon' boom ya, child of up the copyright infringements. We gon' boom ya, child of up the copyright infringements.
Switch to Chrome to stay in sync across devices, so your tabs go everywhere you go. Faster, safer, yours. Get Chrome for Windows.
No other place I'd rather be.
No, sir, correct. What's that?
That's what I need to highlight.
It's under there. So, go down this year. You said it pretty good.
That's what I need. It's the rate of 69. If you experience that,
For the most part, make sure your phone's on mute.
You're alive.
Okay. Did you plug it in?
No, he said it didn't need it. All right. Hey, Shalom, Israel. Man, Salaki for the technical difficulties and everything now.
Just put a patch in that Steve. Just look around. So
What you mean?
because he got to come up here and read, so we're going to some chords.
Is this mic?
I'm getting them connected. That's what I'm saying. What is this? Look on the floor, see this water screw drop.
It's the same thing you just told me. Good.
Okay. It's 12.
All right, let's get to it. Let's say imagine. Which means stand. Let's get into the Lord's Prayer.
Oh, we got to do the drinking.
Oh, shit. Oh, you do the audio shot. It's a lucky man. For the day. Hey, we'll call the second priest. State your name and register.
Kasapakah Ban Yahweh Ban Yasharala.
Skakakad Ban Yahweh Ban Yasharala.
Yahweh Shabbat
Yahweh Shir Shabrakatah.
Here, check this.
La Yashala.
All right. We'll say Sar. Turn. Salaki. We'll point Hakadam, turn and face the east. We'll get into the Lord's Prayer.
All right, the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanaw.
Abanaw.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakavka.
Malakavka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazayka.
Ratazayka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'aratazah.
Ba'aratazah.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashemayim.
Bashemayim. Nathalanaw. Lakam. Cal.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalak now.
Wasalak now.
Kabawaf now.
Kabawaf now.
Hasalak now.
Kasalak now.
Kawawaf Yanawa.
Kawawak Yanawa.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Tabayai now.
Tabayai now.
Wanasaya 1.
Wanasaya 1.
Abal.
Abal.
Awashai now.
Awashai now.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Ra. Kayalaka.
Kayalaka.
Amalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Wahala.
Wahala.
Watapara.
Watapara.
Ayawalamya.
Ayawalamya.
Amen.
Amen. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done
Thy will be done
in earth
In earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread.
and forgive us our debts
Forgive us our debts
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver
from
us
evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
All right, we're going to cop the power. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Baba Kushah.
Baba Kushah,
Nathan now.
the thunder now,
Hakak.
Hakak,
Hakak.
Hakak,
Arapa'ah.
Larapa'ah,
Cal Makala.
Cal Makala,
Cal Madawa.
Cal Madawa,
Hakak.
Hakak,
Latahar.
Latahor,
Amatazarian.
Amatazorian,
Hakak.
Hakak,
Lahakwim.
Lahakwiam,
Mahathir.
Mahathim,
Hakak.
Hakak,
Al-Rakawaf.
Al-Rakawa,
Amata'ala.
Amata'ala,
Lagarshan.
Lagarshan,
Bahashim Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
The water of mud.
the water of man. Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahushua,
In the name of Yahweh.
Explain what we just said was in English.
oh, in English. We're going to concoct the power in English. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushua,
in the name of Yahushua,
please give us the power,
please give us the power
to heal all manner of sickness
to heal all manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease,
all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to cleanse the leper,
the power to raise the dead,
the power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean spirits,
the power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out.
to cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua,
In the name of Yahushua.
thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. All right, we'll bless Israel. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua,
Barak Lanau.
Barak Lanau,
Wayasharala.
Wayasharala,
Wahaya Bayat.
Wahaya Bayat,
Sapari.
Sapari,
Barak.
Barak,
Rapa'ah.
Rapa'ah,
Magun.
Magun,
Magun.
Magun,
Hashem Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Yahushua,
The water of mud.
the water of man. In the English, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of
in
Yahushua,
the name of Yahushua.
bless us
Bless us
and Israel
and Israel
and the school.
and the school.
Bless,
Bless,
heal,
heal,
shield,
shield,
protect
protect. The Williams family,
the Williams family,
the Hopkins family,
the Hopkins family,
the Fuller family,
the Fuller
the
family,
Tomlin family,
the Tomlin family, the Thompson family,
the Thompson
the
family,
Gibbs
the
family,
Gibbs family,
the Harris family,
the Harris family,
All right, the Price family.
the Price
The
family,
Randall family.
the Randall
The
family,
Buck family.
the Buck family,
The Davis family.
the Davis family,
And the Warren family.
and the Warren family.
And if you brothers, anybody you guys want to bless, you can say the last name.
Young man.
The Ely family.
The Ely family,
That's it.
The Jefferson family and the Williamson family.
the Jefferson family, the Williams family.
That's it.
In the name of Yahushua,
in the name of Yahushua.
thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
All right, we're on Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Aisha'ah.
Asha'ah,
Ayanya.
Ayanya,
Al-Haharyam.
Al-Haharyam,
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan,
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah,
Isarian.
Azorian,
Isarian.
Azorian,
Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Aisha.
Asha,
Shemayim.
Shemayim,
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah,
Al-Yathan.
Al-Yathan,
Lamawat.
Lamawat,
Regalka.
Regalka,
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawan,
Shamar.
Shamarka,
Anah.
Anah,
La'ah.
La'ah,
Yanawam.
Yanawam,
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah,
Yayashan.
Yayashan,
Sharamar.
Shawamar,
Yasharala.
Yasharala,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Tazalka.
Tzalka,
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad,
Yamika.
Yamyaka,
Yamawam.
Yawamam,
Hashamash.
Hashamash,
La'ah.
La'ah,
Yakaka.
Yakaka,
Wayarak.
Wayarak,
Alayala.
Al-Yalah,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka,
Makal Rai.
Makal Ra,
Yashamar.
Yashamar,
Asnapashka.
Afnapashka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yashamar.
Yashamar,
Tazaatka.
Tazaatka,
Wawaatka.
Wawa'aka,
Wa'aith al-Walam.
Ma'ai Walam, in the English. I will lift up mine eyes
I will lift up mine eyes
unto the hills,
unto the hills,
from which cometh my help.
from whence cometh my help.
My help cometh from the power
My help cometh from the power
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy
The
soul.
Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
All right, Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim,
Aldama Yalaka.
Aldama Yalaka,
All Thakarash.
all Thakarash,
All Tashakwat.
all Thashakwat,
All. Kayahana.
Kayahana,
Awayabyaka.
Awayabyaka,
Yahama.
Yahama,
Yawam.
Yawan,
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash,
Al-Imaka.
Al-Imaka,
Iron Yamwa.
Ya'arayamwa,
Sawada.
Sawada,
Wayata.
Wayata,
Ya'ai Tizawa.
Ya'ai
Al Tazapun one Yaka.
Al-Tazapah, one Yaka,
Amorwa.
Amarwa,
Akawa.
Lakawa,
Yazakar.
Yazakor,
Shem Yasharal.
Shem Yasharala,
Iwada.
Iwada,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Na'ai Tizawa.
Na'ai Tizawa,
Laba.
Laba,
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa,
Al Yaka.
Al Yaka,
Baryat.
Baryat,
Yakaratwa.
Yakaratwa,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Arawam.
Arawam,
Wayashema.
Wayashema,
Alayam.
Alayam,
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba,
Wahagoria.
Wahagori,
Gabal.
Gabor,
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amor,
Wa'amalak.
Wa'amalak,
Halashat.
Halashat,
Haymishabia.
Amishabia,
Tazawar.
Tazawar,
Gamasha War.
Gamasha War,
Nalawa.
Nalawa,
Imam.
Imam,
Ayawa.
Ayawa,
Zerawai.
Zarawa,
Labunya Lawat.
Nabaya Lawa,
Salah.
Salah,
Aishalaham.
Ashalaham,
Kaimagin.
Kaimagin,
Kasaya.
Kasaya,
Sara'ah.
Sara'ah,
Kayabin.
Kayabin,
Monakal.
Monakal,
Koyashwan.
Wayashwan,
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa,
Ayan.
Ba'ayan,
The Arab.
the Ara,
Ayawa.
Ayawa,
Daman.
Daman,
The Adama.
La Arama,
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa,
The Dabya Mawa.
Nadaya Mawa,
Ka'ira.
Kaira,
Wakaza'aba.
Wakazaba,
Wakazabak.
Wakazabak,
Wakatazal.
Wakatazal,
Mana'ai.
Mana'ai,
Kal Nasaya Kamwa.
Kal Nasaya Kamwa,
Ashar.
Ashar,
Amarwa.
Amarwa,
Naya Rasha.
Nayarashah,
Lanawa.
Lanawa,
Ah.
Ah,
Na'awa.
Na'awa,
Alayam.
Alayam,
Alahai. Alahaya.
Alahaya, Shayatamwa,
Alayam. Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa,
Kagalgula.
Kagalgula,
Kwakwash.
Kakwash,
Lapunya Roraka.
Lapunya Rawaka,
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash,
Taba Ira Ya'ira.
Taba Ira Ya'ira,
Wakala Haba.
Wakallah Haba,
Talahat.
Dalahat,
Ariam.
Haryam,
Gun.
Gun,
Theradapma.
Thuradapma,
Basa Irika.
Basa
Irika,
Wabasa Waspaka.
Wabasah with Baka,
Taba Halam.
Tabahalam,
Mala'a.
Mala'ah,
Ranyaham.
Panyaham,
Walawam.
Palawan,
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwashwa,
Shimka.
Shimka,
Yahawa.
Ya'awa,
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa,
Wayabahawa.
Wayabahawa,
Ayad
Aid Ya'ai,
Wayakaparwa.
Wayakapar,
Wayabadwa.
Wayabadwa,
Wayadaiwa.
Wayadaiwa,
Kaya Ata.
Kayata,
Shimka.
Shimka,
Yahawa.
Yahweh,
Labatka.
Labaka,
Al Yanawam.
Al Yawan,
Al Kaha.
Alkaha,
Aratazar.
Aratazar. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence,
keep not thy silence,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh,
Hold not thy peace,
hold not thy
and
peace,
be not still,
and be not still,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh,
For lo,
for lo,
thine enemies have made a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head,
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them off
from being a nation,
from being a nation.
that the name of Israel
The name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab,
of Moab
and the Hagarenes,
and Hagarene,
Gebal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the
the
Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also is joined with them.
Asher also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have opened the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kison,
at the brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red,
Make their nobles like a red,
and like Zeeb.
and like Zeeb.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes as Zabah,
all their princes as Zabah,
and as Zalmunna,
and as Zalmunna,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
Let us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh
the houses of Yahweh
in possession.
in possession.
O my power,
Oh, my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as a stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
as the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy
and
tempest,
make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled forever.
and trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Psalm, which means turn. And then Yeshaya, which means be seated.
Right. That's lucky. We're gonna pick up where we left off at last week at Numbers 12 and 16 is where the start point. We'll get into it in the Hebrew, and then the brother gonna read it in English. Oh, it's lucky. It's a lot.
Right here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is that 12?
Oh, yeah. That's what it's-
All right. The book of Numbers, chapter 16, chapter 12, verse 16. Shabaith Yawum Yum Wa Ha'aim La'ah Nasai Aid Hahasab Marayam Wa Akar Nasaiwa Ha'aim Makatazar Wath Wayakanawa Bamadbar Pa'aran. The book of Numbers, chapter 13. Salakia, finishing verse 16. Waya Debor. Okay, this is the beginning, verse 1. Book of Numbers, chapter 13, verse 1. Waya Debor. Yahweh Al Mashah La'amor. Verse 2. Shalak Laka Anashayam Waya Tarwa Ath Arataza Kana'aim Ashara Anya Natan Lamanayam Yasharala Ayash Akkad Ayash Akkad Lamatar Abathyawa, Dashalakwa, Kal, Nashaya, Baham. Verse 3, Wayeshalak, Atham, Masha, Mamadabar, Pa'aran, Al, Paya, Yahweh, Kalam, Anashim, Ra'asha, Banyam, Yasharala, Hama. Verse 4, Wa'ala, Shema Watham, Lamata, Ra'awaban, Shama'ai, Salakit, Shamawa'ai, Bun Yakawar. Verse 5, Lamataha, Shama'aiwan, Shapath, Bun, Kawarya. Verse 6, Lama'ai, Lamata, Yawada, Kalab, Bun, Yapana.
All right. Yeah. So we read it in Hebrew because we, Most High is, the first language is Hebrew, so that's why we read it in Hebrew and then we break it down in English. All right, Numbers chapter 12, verse 16.
Hold up. You got a question?
I just need to know exactly where you were at.
Numbers chapter 12, verse 16.
And if
It's the last verse on 12, and then, which is verse 16, and then we go over to 13 and 1. So we're starting on at 12, verse 16 in the English.
So what we're dealing with basically is the children of Israel wandering in the wilderness still. Go ahead.
And if I may, so what we're doing is also going 7 verses in the Hebrew, then we do it in English, then we go to the next 7 verses in Hebrew.
Right.
So we went down to 13, and then we're going back to start it to read it in English from the top. Yeah.
All right, Numbers chapter 12, verse 16. And afterwards, the people removed from Hazeroth and pitched in the wilderness of Paran. All right, Numbers chapter 13, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2, send thou men that they may search the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel. Of every tribe of their fathers shall ye send a man, every one a ruler among them. Verse 3, and Moses by the commandment of the Lord sent them from the wilderness of Paran. All those were men, heads of the children of Israel. Verse 4, and these were the names of the tribe of Reuben.
So, Salaki, if I may, real quick, right here we see that the Most High is really dealing with the highest ranking men inside of each house. You know what I mean? So what he's saying is send forth your highest ranking man out with Moses to scout the land. Go ahead.
All right. Let me see. Of the tribe, let me see. Verse 4, and these were the names of the tribe of Reuben. Shemuah, the son of Zachor. Verse 5, of the tribe of Simeon, Shaphat, the son of Hori. Verse 6, of the tribe of Judah, Caleb, the son of Jephunneh.
All right.
So that's the 6. And basically what you see is this is the way that UPK operates too. We operate from highest ranking down too. You understand? Based according to how the Most High set up the structure and told Moses how to go about doing things. And it also establishes order. Has to be order. Everybody can't be, you know what I mean? You go to different groups and everybody's the same or whatever. It's always going to be confused. It's kind of like the Million Man March. The reason why the Million Man March never worked for black people is because there was too many ideologies out there. There were too many me's, you understand? It wasn't a coming together of one common thing that they wanted to happen while they was at this place. So that's why it was always confusion at the Million Man March. You see, 20 years later, 30 years later, all they did was have a big barbecue, basically. Coming together, had a big cookout. Nothing got solved. Nothing came to premonition about what it was that they did. Our people are still getting murdered in the streets. Babies still being aborted. You know what I mean? Young black men still being harassed. All because there wasn't one clear agenda that these people came out to do. So Moses is gathering the people, and that's what's so great about this school. We all come together under one agenda. Our agenda is to save our people, to bring them out of confusion into the light. You know, understand? So with that being said, go ahead.
All right. The book of Numbers, chapter 13, verse 7 in the Hebrew. Lamata'ah, Yashakor, Yagal, Bun, Yawasak. Verse 8. Lamata'ah, Aporium, Hawashai, Bun, Nawa'an. Verse 9. Lamata'ah, Bunyamyan, Palatayai, Bun, Rapawa'ah. Verse 10. Lamata'ah, Zabalawan, Gada Ya'al, Bun, Sawadaya, verse 11, Lamata'ah, Yawasak, Lamata'ah, Manashah, Gadaya, Bun, Sawasaya, verse 12, Lamata'ah, Dan, Ima Ya'al, Bun, Gamalaya, verse 13, Lamata'ah, Asherah, it's like Ashar, Sa, the war, Bun, Mayaka'al. All right, that's it.
All right, Numbers chapter 13, verse 7 in English. Verse 7, of the tribe of Issachar, Igal, son of Joseph. Of the tribe of Ephraim, O'Shea, son of Nun. Verse 9. Of the tribe of Benjamin, Palti, the son of Raphu. Verse 10. Of the tribe of Zebulun, Gadiel, son of Sodai. Verse 11. Of the tribe of Joseph, namely, the tribe of Manasseh, Gadai, the son of Susai. Verse 12. Of the tribe of Dan, Amiel, the son of Gameli. Gameli. Verse 13. Of the tribe of Asher, Sethor, the son of Michael.
So what's happening right here is these brothers is giving their salaki. They stating their registry. They stating which house they belong to, who they are, and which house they belong to. Like the Ottawa did when he came and presented himself to the class in the beginning. He said Kasharpakah, Bunya Howard, Bunya Sharala. It's the same thing going on. They're stating their registry and where they come from so you can identify them as to which house they belong to. Is what's going on here.
All right. The book of Numbers, chapter 13, verse 14. And it reads, Lamata'ah, Napathayo, Ya, Nakabaya, Bun, Wa Pasaya. Verse 15. Lamataha, God, Ga'awa'al, Bun, Makaya. Verse 16. Allah, Shamawah, Ha Anashim, Ashor, Shalak, Masha, Latawa'ar, Ah, Ha'arataza, Wayakora, Wa, Masha, Lahawashai, Bun, Nawan, Yahawashai. Verse 17. Wayashalak, Atham, Masha, Latawa'ar, Atha, Arataza, Kana'ain, Waya Amor, Alaham, Ailawa, Zaha, Managab, Wa Alaya, Wala Aya, Wa Ailaya Thum, Ah, Ha'ar, verse 18, Wara'ah Yathum, ma'ah, ha'arataza, ma'ah, hawa'ah, wa'ath, ha'aim, hayashab, aylayah, hakazak, ha'wa, hawa'ah, harapah, hama'ait, hawa'ah, rabah. Verse 19, wama, ha'arataza, ashara, wa'ah, yashab, baha, hata wabah, hawa'ah, ra'ah, wama'ah, ha'ay, rayam, ashara, hawa'ah, wayashab, bahana, habamaka, yum, bababa, ba, ma, ba, tazarium, verse 20, wama, ha'arataza, hashamanai, hawa'a, raza, hayash, baha, aitaza, ayan, waha, the ka, zakwathum, wala kakwathum, maparya, ha'arataza, wa hayam ya, bakawa, raya, anabayam. That's it for that one.
Numbers chapter 13, verse 14 in English. Of the tribe of Naphtali, Nabai, son of Bosai. Verse 15. Of the tribe of Gad, Galuel, son of Makai. Verse 16. These are the names of the men which Moses sent out to spy out of the land. And Moses called O'Shea, the son of Nun, Jehosha. Verse 17. And Moses sent them to spy out of the land of Canaan, and said unto them, get you up this way southward, and go up into the mountains. Verse 18. And see the land, what it is, and the people that dwell dwelleth therein, whether they be strong or weak, few or many. Verse 19. And what the land is that they dwell in, whether it be good or bad, and what city they be that they dwell in, whether in tents or in strongholds. Verse 20. And what the land is, whether it be fat or lean, whether there be wood therein or not. And be ye of good courage, and bring of the fruit of the land. Now's the time, was the time of the first ripe grapes.
Right. So basically, we can all tell right here what Moses is basically doing. He's telling these people to go out and just basically scout out good areas inside this new land where we've come to. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, is it going to be beneficial for us to post up in this area that you go scout? It's kind of like how we do when we go scout out a place where we're gonna set up camp. We go out and we check the community. We check it. We study it. We see if this is gonna bring us. Is it a good place to fish at? You know what I mean? Are we gonna get brothers? Are we gonna have some oppressors that we can show them the evilness that they doing by hearing the word that we teach? You know what I mean? Or can we bring in brothers? So see what this land is going to benefit you as. Are we going to be able to sustain ourselves here, basically? what he sent these brothers out to do when they go to each different section that they was looking at. You got something?
If I may, just also what you bring up so heavy, it also reminds me, just like you said, military, what they call reconnaissance. You know, you go out and survey the area before you go and take over a land, or
Right.
you deal with the people and see what they have, whether they have, you know, this military setup here, they got these garrisons over here, and watching the people and seeing. So
Right.
we always move, you know, in a militant fashion, and that's why they was calling out everybody's registry, their name, their, you know, their pedigree, like he was saying. So that's pretty much what I have to say.
Right, right. So, and the brothers have to be strong when they go out to do this, because you want the usually your best cats who's good and observing, who's not, you know what I mean, overly ambitious about some things, and got, you know what I mean, got good sense, and they've been brought up right. So to go out and do these things, because once again, like the brother said, you're doing a reconnaissance. You want to see what type of resistance these people gonna put up if you did come and commandeer this space. You know what I mean? So that's basically what we was reading at this moment. Why he sent these scouts out. Go ahead. I'll start the next one.
All right. Let's see. Start at Numbers 13 and 21. Waya I lawa, waya tahor wa ath ha'arataza mamada bar, waya what's like mama dabar tazan aid rakab laba'a kamath. Verse 22. Waya alwa ban gab, waya ba'a aid kabarwan washam akayam man shashaya watalama. It's like latalam ya yala yadaya ha'ai nak wakabar one shabai shanyum nabanatha lapanya tazain matazorium. Verse 23. Waya ba'awa I nakol ashakol waya karahwa masham yamawara wa ashakawa ainabayam akad waya sha'awa bamawai bashanyam waman haraman yam waman hata anyam. Verse 24. Lamakwa wam hahawa'a kwada. It's like kora nakal ashakawa au adawath ha'ashakawa wal ashara karahwa masham banyum yasharala. Verse 25. Wayeshabawa matawar ha'arataza makwataza arabaayam yawam. Verse 26. Wayalakawa wayabaawa al masha wa al haran wa al kal idath banyam yasharala al madabar ka'aran kwadash wayashayabwa atham dabar wa'ath kal ha'aida wayara'awum ath barahya Ha'arataza, verse 27. Waya saparwa, lawa, wa ya amarwa, ba'anwa, al, ha'arataza, ashara, shalakath, nawa, wagam, zabath, kalab, waya da, wa dabash, hawa'a, waza, parwaya.
All right. Numbers chapter 13, verse 21. So they went up and searched the land from the wilderness of Zin unto Rehob, as men come to Hamath. Verse 22. And they ascended by the south and came on to Hebron, where Iman, Sheshai, and Talmai, the children of Anak, where now Hebron was built 7 years before the land in Egypt. Verse 23, and they came up unto the brook of Eshcol, and cut down from hence a branch with one cluster of grapes. And they bare it between two upon a staff, and they brought the pomegranates and of figs, and of the figs. Verse 24, the place was called the brook of Eshcol, because of the cluster of grapes which the children of Israel cut down from thence. Verse 25, and they returned from searching of the land after 40 days. And they went and came to Moses and to Aaron and to all the congregation of the children of Israel unto the wilderness of Paran, to Kadesh, and brought back word unto them and unto all the congregation, and shewed them the fruit of the land. Verse 27, and they told him and said, we came unto the land whither thou sentest us, and surely it flowered milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it.
And so, like, if I may, man, what's the heavy part about this right here that's going on right now? It's just like every order that you was given, man. When you get that order, you go out. The brother tell you to come back and give a report. You know what I mean? Come back and give a report. You give a report on if it was good, if it was bad, if he was able to complete the order that was given, or if you didn't. This is basically they coming back to show them that the things that he sent them out to do got accomplished, and they're basically letting him know that, hey, by them saying milk and honey, hey, we're in a good place, sir. You know what I mean? We're in a good place. We can set up camp here. We can set up shop around these parts. Go ahead. We got time for one more.
All right. The book of Numbers, chapter 13, verse 28. Pasa, Kaya, Iz, Ha'aim, Hayashab, Ba'arataza, Waha'arayim, Batazarwath, Gadalath, Ma'ad, Wagam, Yaladya, Ha'aina, Yanwa, Shum, verse 29, Amalak, Yawashab, Ba'arataza, Hanagab, Wahakathya, Wahayab, Wayathya, Waha'a Maraya, Yawashab, Bahar, Wahaka Naainya, Yawashab, Al, Hayam, Wa'al, Yad, Haya Radan, verse 30, Wayahasa, Kala, Ah, ha'aim, al, masha, waya, amar, Allah, na Allah, waya rasha, nawa, kaya, yakal, wal, nawakol, laha, verse 31, wahana, shayam, ashara, alwa, imawa, amarar, amarwa, la'a, nawakol, la'ila, wath, al, ha'aim, kaya, kazak, hawa'a, mamanawa, verse 32, wayatazar, yawa, the bath, ha'arataza, ashara, tarwa, atha, al, banyum, yasharala, la'amar, ha'arataza, ashara, ibaran, nawa, baha, lawathar, ath, arataza, akaf, akolath, yawashabar, yaw, how, wa'a, wakol, ha'aim, ashara, ra'atazan, nawa, bathawaka, anashaya, madawath, verse 33, wayasham, ra'aya, ya, hanapa, yalla yum, banyam, anakwa, mana, man, hanapalayam, wanahaya, ba'ayan, yan yawa, kaul ka, gabarium, wakan, hayayan wa, ba'ayan, yaham, verse chapter 14 and verse 1. Watasha, kal, hada, wayatanawa, ath, kwawalam, wayabakal, wa, ha'aim, balya, laha, hahawa'a. That's it.
All right. Numbers chapter 13, verse 28. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwelleth in the land, and the cities are walls and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. Verse 29. The Amalekites dwelled in the land of the south, and the Hittites and the Jebusites and the Amorites dwell in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwell by the sea and by the coast of Jordan.
So what you see here, it's a few different nations out there, man. It's a few different nations in this land that they went to go scope out. Go ahead.
Verse 30. And Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it.
Hey, that's the mindset of the ISUPK right there, man. Them brothers is in one West. That's how we think when we go out and we see something, man, this belongs to us, you understand?
Right.
Whether with many or with few, man, this belongs to us. We got the Lord on our side. Let's get it. Go ahead.
Verse 31. But the men that went up with him said, we be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we.
Right.
And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land through which we have gone to search it, it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof. And all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature, of a great stature. Verse 33. And there we saw the giants, the son of Anak, which come of the giants, and we were in our own sight of grasshoppers, as grasshoppers. And so we were in the sight, we're in their sight. All right, no more sugar.
If I may, so these brothers went and saw these people, and you hear some people to say that these giants were actually giants and sons of angels and stuff like that, but that's not what's going on here. It's just the Bible is a black book. We talk in slang. There's slang throughout the entire book, and that's something that our oppressor doesn't explain, or that's why he doesn't understand the Bible, because he'll take things that are literal, that are not literal, they're figures of speech, and then he'll take things that are literal as a figure of speech, and it just gets all crossed up. So just like we say that this brother was a giant in the basketball arena. Everybody knows Stephen Curry. That brother's a giant in the game of basketball, but he's not that tall. You know what I mean? So, but some of these cats may have been taller, like Goliath. It was a family line of these Canaanites, these tall Africans that were, 7 foot, whatever, tall cats.
Still to this day.
Still to this day, you got Manute Bull and all Makembe Mutombo and all them
That
cats.
whole tribe is actually damn near like that.
Right. Yeah, what the brother's saying. Go ahead.
No, I was
yeah.
just, lambacking on what you said. It's a whole tribe of people in stature that these Africans are still like 7 foot something, close to 8 feet. You know what I mean? But like the Ottawa was saying, this is about another statue that he's bringing out right now.
Yeah.
That
was it.
Yeah. So this go ahead, Kaka.
If I may, sir, and in the report he gives in verse 33, it was like some fear there. He says, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers.
Right.
And so we were in their sight. So these were brothers, his report was the negative report. Like they were just afraid just to go to war.
Right.
So they weren't actually, like you say, giant. These brothers, they felt like grasshoppers in their own sight. So yeah, they're gonna look like grasshoppers to these other people.
No, that's right.
It's right. So, and with that, they didn't have the same spirit as the brother in verse 30. You know what I mean? They didn't have this brother's one west up in 30.
Right.
He's like, man, we going to get it.
That's right.
All these other brothers was like, man, you know what, man? I don't think we can do this, sir. We should wait. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's go find something else. I mean, but when we, like I say, when the UPK, we set our mind to doing something, man, you get that order, it has to happen. It's gonna happen one way or the other. And if you can't get it done, somebody gonna get it done around here. So go ahead.
Numbers chapter 14, verse 1. And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night.
Right. And if I may, they got this report that people got fearful as well.
Right.
So it spread, that fear spread, it was contagious, you know what I mean? It's infectious. And that's what America is built upon as well, always pumping fear into people. They always want to have something negative on the news to make you feel like you can't do this or you can't do that or you can't overcome this. And people lose hope. But in reality, hold your point out 1 second. But in reality, they didn't have faith in the Most High, so they tried to turn on the leadership and blame the leadership. You can go down further into the chapter. They tried to turn against Moses for that. But go ahead.
Isn't it a precept or somewhere in the scriptures where it says if you're afraid to go to war, or if you have a wife or just had a kid or something like that, you kind of frightened or whatever, just turn around and go back home.
Right.
Instead of you coming amongst the family, amongst the tribe, and that fear bounce off to other brothers and sisters.
Right.
I don't know where that is.
We got that in Gideon. Go ahead, Nazar.
I believe what the brother bring out is Judges 7:3. It said, if you scared to go to war, take your ass home. So
Right.
Go home.
Judges.
Is that with Gideon?
I believe it's in Judges 7:3.
Right. I think they're talking about the story of Gideon in Judges. But yeah, they with Gideon, they had to separate the different men that didn't want to go to war, that were fearful. They didn't want to bring them with them. And the Lord kept cutting the numbers down all the way down to 300 to show that it was the Lord that delivered this land and these people to them. and it wasn't their own power and their own volition. So that's the difference between the children of Israel, the children of this book, and every other nation. Every other nation believes their power comes from what? The might of the sword. What might is right. Who has the power, who has the guns is right. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying
Okay.
Heavenly Father, He's the one that's really gonna lead you.
Right.
Right.
That's the difference between us and these other nations. That's the difference between our oppressor. Matter of fact, give me Romans in 9, the 9th chapter, Bible shop. But what did it say in Judges? Somebody keep the Judges and read what he said, Judges 7:3. Somebody else give me Romans 9 and the 13th chapter.
Judges chapter 7, verse 3. Now, therefore, go to proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, whosoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead.
Right. Keep going.
And there return of the people 20 and 2,000, and there remain 10,000.
Right. So 20,000 people, 22,000 people left the army. They were fearful. They were scared to go up against this army, this military. Keep going.
Verse 4, and the Lord said unto Gideon, the people are yet too many. Bring them down unto the water, and I will try them for thee there.
This is a heavy part. The Lord said that's still too many people. The 10,000 people is too many. We want to weed out the numbers. And so what does this also tell you? Today in Christianity, the numbers represent who's right. The Christian mindset in America is this church has 10,000 members with T.D. Jakes. He has to be the truth.
Right.
Creflo Dollar has this many followers. The Catholic Church, who knows how many people live in the Catholic Church? How many members they got?
Some millions, sir.
Past that. Anybody else? Anybody else? Take a guess. Go ahead.
Broad is the way to lead to destruction,
Yeah, I'm right.
and narrow is the path to righteousness.
Yeah, I'm right. It's that Matthew 17:13 or 13:17. Matthew 13 chapter. But yeah. But how many people are in the Catholic Church? 1 billion members plus. So that is like this military that they're scared to go against because they see so many people in the numbers. The Lord said we need to cut down the numbers and get it lesser to show that the Lord is really with them. So we can't always go off of this. These people have this many followers. They have this many members. That's what makes them right. You know what I mean? What makes you right is having the Lord on your side, and the Lord's going to prove it by how he deals with you and your people. Right. Is there anything else on that one?
Finish it up.
Yeah, let's see.
And I will try thee for thee there, and it shall be that of whom I say unto thee, this shall go with thee, the same shall go with thee. And of whomsoever I say unto thee, this shall not go with thee, the same shall not go.
Right. So it goes further down. Like I said, he cuts it all the way down to 300 men. And he decides the ones that are diligent and vigilant, the way they're watching, how they're drinking the water. He said the ones that lapped up the water like a dog, those are the ones that you want to take with you. Because if you watch a dog, when he goes down and drinks water, he keeps his eyes up and watching. The other ones, they bowed down and just got on their knees, both knees, and just drank the water. They weren't worrying about being on shamar, as what we say in the Hebrew, on watch, on guard. And so he took these 300 soldiers. Where do you think they get that story, 300? They get it from the Bible. Everything they take out of our book and create billion dollar movies in industry. Star Wars, they get their lines from the Bible. Every movie you can think of damn near comes from our culture and our stories. But let's go to Romans 9 and 13. We'll end it on that one. Go ahead, please.
Hey, what's so heavy about what you just brought out is that's the same way that Israel was chosen.
Right.
It wasn't because of the many that they had, because they were fewest on the thing. You know what I mean? He wanted to show his might to the fewest and raise them up.
Right. Go down, not 13. Let me get. Go to verse 17.
Okay. Romans chapter 9, verse 17. For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose I have raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Right. The Lord allowed Pharaoh to grow and become a great nation of people, build these pyramids, build these statues, have all this wealth, have this great military power, just like America today.
Right.
We always wondering, why are we in this situation? We ever going to get out of this situation? The Lord is saying he's building up this empire to be so strong that no one would believe anyone could topple America. Think about that. You think about every country that's come up against America, from the European nations, Great Britain, all the way down to the Germans. You got the Japanese, the Chinese, the Arabs, the Afghans, the Iraqis, South America, Cuba, every nation around the world, the people that were native to America, Native Americans, they conquered all these nations. No one's been able to fight and topple over this nation. It seems nigh unto impossible, and it really is. The only thing that will be able to defeat this nation is the Most High God.
Right.
And that's how he's showing his power in thee. He's, I'm gonna let you build up what that's a hell of a story right there.
Right.
Every story you gotta have a leader, a savior, and a villain. This is the villain that has been built up, and no one can conquer this villain. And the Lord is showing you that you need to trust in him to conquer this villain. So all the different revolutionary groups we tried, good intentions of the Black Panthers did not work because they didn't let the Lord deliver us. They tried to change, force the oppressor to change and respect us instead of working on building us up and letting the Lord do it.
Right.
But you know, like I said, we're not Christian. We're not waiting on Christ to return. Christ is waiting on us to return back to our culture.
Right.
We get back to doing what we're going to do. We're going to see a lot of things change. We're going to see a big difference in our community. And that's one thing why they hate Israelites coming out and bringing this truth. They try to stop our Passover. You can go and look it up. The Southern Poverty Law Center said we're a hate group, said we this, said we that. They tried to shut us down. But in reality, we're building Black families.
Right.
That's the evil thing that we're doing, is getting brothers off of drugs, getting brothers out of the jails. You know what I'm saying? Getting sisters to stop having abortions, to stop being whores, to stop doing these things, brothers to stop pimping, all those things that are destroying our communities that we feel like we don't have any answers. The answers are right here in this book with these laws, statutes, and commandments. You want to build up a nation, you have to have law and order. The first step to building a nation is having a constitution. That's why America loves their constitution. They protect it with armed guards. It's in a metal box underneath the ground, and it'll drop under. If you know what I'm saying, if anybody tries to set it on fire, they protect their constitution, because that's the foundation and the fabric of this nation. Well, the foundation and fabric of our nation were in these laws, statutes, and commandments that Moses delivered on Mount Sinai. You know what I mean? But that was just lucky. Got long-winded.
Right, no sweat, sir. And based on what you just brought out, you see, our people love the oppressor so much that, man, he's been able to beguile us on every different facet of our existence. You know what I mean?
Right.
So with that being said, the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, because he has a plan. You understand?
That's right.
He has a plan that is set, that's still bent on destroying us. If you look at what's going on right now, his plan is still in effect to this day. Because what has he done for Black people? He has taken the fact that we can own anything in his kingdom. You know what I mean? So with that being said, he's taken us from the country, out there in the country where we had space, we had land. Look how deceitful this brother is when he came up with the city. You know what I mean? This was a plan that they already had. They had a plan on how they was going to one day get you back into captivity. And it's coming and showing its face, because we have no place to grow food. We have no place to feed ourselves. We have no markets to shop at. It's about to get real ugly if you outside of this establishment right here, because inside of here, we have those things. Under Commander Jeremy Hunter, We have farms. We're getting land. We are coming together as a nation of people, and based on this Constitution that the Ottawa just talked about.
That's right.
We all coming together under this Constitution for the people, by the Most High, for the chosen people. And this is how we're going to sustain ourselves. A lot of people are going to be looking for us, man. They're going to wish they had a hearken unto the voice of the children that were standing on that corner, and they called them crazy. They called them every name. They called us every name in the book. Came up against us, told us they was going to shoot us. Told us all different kind of things. You know what I mean? Brothers want to murder their brother in the spirit of Cain because we was teaching the truth.
Right.
Because we trying to raise them up, trying to stop them from selling drugs to their brothers and sisters. So please believe that our purpose on this earth is not in vain. The ISUPK is not a place that is forsaken by the Most High. It's a place that has been ordained by the Most High.
That's right.
And brothers and sisters better hearken into the voice of the men that stand out and declare them and call them to gather with us, gather ourselves together, O nation not desire. You know what I mean? Gather yourselves together with the men, get in rank, get in order, and follow these laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High put together so we can make sure that we're ready when Christ returns to do battle with Christ. The few men, like we just talked about. He's weeding brothers out right now. Brothers are being weeded out right now, but there's going to be some that's going to get a crown on their head when Christ returns and going to be able to do battle with him. You know what I mean? Stand in his eyesight and do battle with him. That's it.
If I may, what y'all saying is so super heavy. And just like, you know what I'm saying, was reading as far as when Pharaoh, you know, he built up Pharaoh, and you were saying earlier, you know what I'm saying, he's giving them the knowledge, he's giving America the knowledge to build up this. He's giving these other nations the knowledge to build up all their tactical weapons, you know what I'm saying, their missiles, you know what I'm saying, and that's all the Most High plan, you know what I'm saying. They're going to destroy each other. And see, they think, you know, they're getting all this knowledge, yeah, we can do this, and I'm going to do this, you know, we robot this and robot that. But it's all the Most High's plan for them to destroy each other, because just how Pharaoh, he built Pharaoh up, and when we crossed that Red Sea, he wiped out the whole Pharaoh army. You know, so it's just the plan of the Most High, you know. And as far as when we was going in a little earlier, saying, you know, don't be afraid, because, you know what I'm saying, as long as you with the Most High, you found these law, statutes, commandments, you know what I'm saying, you're going to have that cover of the Most High.
Right. And what's so heavy about that, and we're gonna wrap, but with that is their own creation is gonna backfire on them and destroy them.
Right.
You know what I mean? This, you see how crazy this
Artificial intelligence.
Yeah, this stuff is getting. This is gonna destroy them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it was their own doing.
Right.
Because they were so wicked to Jacob. You understand? Their brother Jacob.
That's right.
Go ahead.
If I may, I know we trying to cut it down, but brothers keep bringing up heavy points. Just make want to keep going. Is you know, they lust for power. Right. That's what that whole movie Frankenstein was about. That's the mind state of your oppressor, is that I want to make things easier for me. I want to have my own personal slave that can do this and do that. That's what these robots, the artificial intelligence, they want to develop and put so much money into it so they can dominate and control the world, but it's going to slip out of their control and out of their hands,
right?
And it's going to come back and destroy them. You know what I mean? And it's going to be glorious to see that, because their pride is so high.
Right.
You've never seen a nation of people more proud than Esau. The Edomites are a prideful nation of people that when you ask for basic human rights to be treated like a human being and not a dog, they get mad and put you to death.
Right.
You really think about that. Like, you hear about the shootings in Buffalo last year where they went and killed those old women and men in that grocery store. He shot 10 people. They're upset because of Black Lives Matter. Black people going out on the streets and saying our lives matter. Now, we don't support, you know what I'm saying, Black Lives Matter in that sense as an organization. But what they're saying is, God damn, what is wrong with that? We just want to be treated like a human and not get shot by the police in our back, get killed, choked out on the subway like they did the brother the other day. Right. That angers them, that we don't shut up and just dribble basketballs. We don't shut up and just be a good slave and go to work and enjoy the fact that we have electricity and water here in America.
Right.
Which in Flint, the water ain't even good. But it's like we could go on.
Overpriced,
You know what I mean?
water. And
Right.
surely oppression makes a wise man angry.
That's right. You got something to say?
What verse is that?
Which one did you want?
Oppression make the wise
Is
man
that
mad.
Ecclesiastes 7, the 7th chapter? It's not 7 to 7. So I think it's.
And that what we were reading reminds me of that how the Most High made one vessel of honor and one vessel for dishonor.
Right.
Just to show his wrath and that he can do what as he pleases.
Right. Where is it at? Oppression make a wise man.
It's 7 and 7.
Ecclesiastes 7 to 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you good?
I'm too wild. Yep.
You good? All right, so with that being said, man, we're going to conclude the Sabbath service class. We're going to say Hamajim.
You understand?
Cheers, huh? We're going to do it. Just do the Lord's Prayer, huh?
We're just going to close out.
All right, we'll call Mapadan, which means face the east. Lord's Prayer. Abanao. Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwaka.
Malakwaka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Matazai.
Matazai.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Hasha.
Hasha.
Ba'aratazah.
Ba'aratazah.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashemayim.
Bashemayim.
Lathalanao.
Lathalanao.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Cal.
Cal.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknao.
Wasalaknao.
Kabawafnao.
Kawaknao.
Kasalaknao.
Kasalaknao.
Kabawaf Yanao.
Kawak Yanao. Wala'ah.
Kabayainao.
Kabayainao.
Onasaya 1.
Onasaya 1.
Abor.
Abor.
Hawashainao.
Hawashainao.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kayalaka.
Kayalaka.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Wahala.
Wahala.
Watapara.
Watapara.
I will love you.
I will love you.
Amen.
Amen. In the English. Our Father,
Father,
which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth,
In earth.
as it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation.
But deliver us
But deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Amen.
All right, so which means turn. We're gonna give one courage salute to the teacher, men of Israel. Amazim Shabbat, Amazim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah,
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatam.
Yahumatah, men of Israel. We're gonna turn to the sister and get a sister salute. Men of Israel, Amazim Shabbat, Amazim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Barakatah.
So if you want to do the salute, the sister would do with her right hand over her left hand, right? And your feet at a 45-degree angle. Like that, yep. And then brothers, y'all can turn. And then what we say to the sisters would be, so men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, and then Amajim, Barak, Yahweh, Shamar, Alatah, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Shah.
Which we said was the Lord watch over you in the name of Christ, all right, in English. And then you would say Yahweh, Shamar, Alathan, which is the plural for everyone, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. All right. Y'all do my top.
Y'all my top.
Class dismissed.
Oh yeah, and yeah. Let's go, huh?